Hello there, friend. It's me, Alex, on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve. Currently about 10 to 4 in the afternoon. We are currently at the start of Mount Senjo's trailhead. As you can see, it takes 8 hours from here. And you may be thinking to yourself, why have I started so late? Well, because that says you can't go through here, but we're going to go through here anyway because we're pedestrians. Yeah, it's quite a pain in the ass to get to Mount Senjo's trailhead. So you have to get a taxi, which I ended up doing. As you can see, that's the sun going down over there, over the Central Alps. But yeah, I had to get a taxi over here, which took me back a fair bit of money, but can't be helped. I kind of counteracted that with getting a bus over here in the first place, though. A bus from Kyoto, that is. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Basically, I need to go up about 3-4 hours from here, and then there's a refuge shelter. So I'm going to go up there, Sendai Tozanguchi, I guess that says. So we're going up here. Nuzan Kinshi. I'm assuming that's Nuzan Kinshi if you're a car, I think, because it's not restricted on your map. So I think that's, yeah, if you're a car, definitely. So, but yeah, for now, we basically continue up here through this forest path for a while, and then it will get dark, and I need to do forest climbing in the dark for a while. There'll be snow later as well, which is fairly exciting. But until then, I'm going to continue on. I might take my mask off in a bit, but put it back on when it gets too cold. But yeah, until then, I'll report a bit more information, what's going on, rather than leaving you in the dark. You will be in the dark next time I see you, though, likely, literally. Haha. But yeah, anyways, until next time, Alex out. Hello again, friends. Alex on Christmas Eve 2020, 24th December. Currently 16:33 in the afternoon, on the way up to Mount Senjo, the Queen of the Southern Alps. Currently around 1500 meters elevation, approximately 3 hours left until a refuge shelter where we're going to set up camp for the night. So yeah, as you can see, the scenery's very drastically changed over 400 meters. We're now starting to get snow. Give it a bit more and I'm going to put on my crampons, I think, because this isn't a level that you start slipping on just yet. But using my trusty cursed pole that obviously was with me when I fell off Mount Tsurugi. Not jinxing anything here, of course not, no. But yeah, it's not particularly great weather. It's a bit overcast today. It was meant to be a lot clearer, but obviously the weather forecast was wrong. Some things never change. But yeah, it's meant to be clearing up tomorrow, so I'm sort of looking forward to that. Where I'm having camp today, that's 2020 meters. 2020, ending at 2020 meters, Christmas Day. Isn't that cute? And yeah, I'll be getting up around 5 o'clock tomorrow morning to proceed up the rest of the 3-hour climb up to Mount Senjo. And sort of from there, I'm going to decide what to do. If the trek over to Mount Kaikoma and Mount Hou-ou looks impossible because of snow levels, I'll head back. If not, I'll continue over to Mount Kaikoma and camp just after that, and then continue on to Mount Hou-ou, and then we're done there. But yeah, I'll sort of see how it goes for now. As you can see, it's very pretty because it's December, white Christmas and all that. So yeah, I'm going to continue having a little break and then continue on in this precious little sunlight that I have left anyway. But yeah, until next time, Alex out. Hello again, friends. Alex on Christmas Eve, 24th December 2020. Currently 17:22 in the evening, approximately 1650 meters elevation. On the way up Mount Senjo, the Southern Alps. As you can see, we are in pitch black, which is exciting. Currently decked out in crampons and gaiters because the snow will get a lot thicker later on. I've got a pole for once this time as well because of snow. I just thought it would be best to be safe. Yeah, I just thought I'd take you out and what do you call it? Show you this rather ominous looking forest path in the evening. One interesting thing I've noticed actually, wearing crampons when you're in forest paths, because there's rocks and such, if you accidentally scrape them with your crampons, you can send sparks flying, which I imagine in the summertime, fortunately no one wears crampons in the summertime, but yeah, I imagine in the summertime that's quite bad for forest fires. But yeah, it's quite spooky, as you can see. you probably can't see me because I'm going to end up blinding you. Sorry, the camera's got dirty as well. Should be a bit better. There you go. But yeah, I'm currently almost at the halfway point to the refuge shelter where I'll be camping for tonight. I say camping, won't actually need to use my tent for once, which is rare. I can also see two lights in the distance. That might be people camping, that's exciting. But yeah, I've heard a few deer screech so far in the forest. Fortunately no bears. Deer screech when they detect a presence that they're probably not used to alert the rest of the flock, or the herd, I believe. That's the little I know about deers anyway. Or deer, I think the plural form of deers is deer, right? Like sheep. Yeah, it's fairly exciting actually. I quite like this. Going uphill in the dark. Doesn't feel as sort of outwardly dangerous as going downhill in the dark, but yeah. As much as I say that, I can't actually really hold on to you whilst I'm proceeding too much, so I'm going to turn you off for now and probably put you on when I'm having a break of sorts. So yeah, until then, I'll see you then. Alex out. You should be on now. Hello friends, don't know how well you can see me at all, if at all. This is Alex in Matamine Refuge Shelter, currently 20:51 in the evening, on the 24th December, or Christmas Eve, in other words. Just heard a noise outside, that's spooky. I'm going to go and close the door, 1 second. Spooky. Could be a ghost. Who knows? In fact, I'll bring that light. No, I'll move that there. You should be able to see me. I mean, it's fairly low light, but keep that going for a bit. Yeah, so I've made a fire in here because it's fairly cold. It's currently about -5, -6, -12 outside because of wind. Yeah, you can make fires inside refuge houses in Japan because the roofs are quite big. They often leave stock here as well, which is quite handy. So newspaper and such that you can make things with. But yeah, currently on the way to Mount Senjo. I'll be taking a break here. Be camping here anyway. I say camping, I'm not going to use my campsite. I'm going to just use my mat and sleeping bag. Whew. It's very nice, I quite like being by the fire, like a cat. But yeah, so far it's been quite nice. The snow's been pretty intense so far actually. It's been about a foot's worth. So we're about 2,020 metres currently, I think I mentioned earlier in the video clip. Mount Senjo itself, I probably not mentioned the height, that's 3,030 metres or so, so about another 1,000 metres to go tomorrow. That should be doable in about 4 hours, 4 to 5 hours or so in itself, about 4 or 5 I think. So yeah, that'll be quite intense. Either or, I need to get it out of the way. After that, I sort of need to see what the snow's like. If it's stupidly intense, I'm just going to escape straight away, I think. If it's doable, I'll walk over to Mount Kaikoma, which is on the northern edge of the Southern Alps. That's around 2950, I seem to remember, meters elevation that is. And then my initial plan was to go over to Mount Hou-ou, which is again another one of the 100 famous mountains, but about 2,900 meters. That's on the eastern side of the Southern Alps. But yeah, again, snow, see how I feel, feet if they hurt, knee if it hurts, because knee's been playing up recently. But yeah, quite looking forward to it. This one has about 3 or 4 escape routes that I can use, so it's not too bad. I will at least do Mount Senjo though, presuming that the snow is not incredibly insane and I can't get past it. But to be honest, I'm pretty prepared for anything at the moment, so unless an avalanche or something comes. But yeah, I'm going to leave you to it, I think. Or you're going to leave me to it, which is sitting by the fire on Christmas Eve, which is cute, right? And yeah, I will see you tomorrow, which is Christmas Day, where we'll be hiking up Mount Senjo, and then maybe Mount Kaikoma afterwards. If not, be escaping after that, down some unknown escape route as of yet. But yeah, until then, Alex, out. Oh, and Merry Christmas for tomorrow. Good morning, friends, or shall I say Merry Christmas. It's currently 3:15 in the morning, on the 25th December 2020, and Don't know if you make that out, but that says Matsumi Nigoya. That's where we've just come from. So I've ascended about 40 metres from there. And then we're just continuing down here. So it's about another, with the snow in mind, I'd say it will take about another 4 hours to get to Mount Senjo's summit. Obviously see how the snow is. As I said yesterday in a couple of the recordings, if it's too bad then I'll obviously turn back, which would be unfortunate, but best to prioritise your life I think in these situations. As you can tell, I'm in the dark again because in the winter you don't really get much sunlight. It was the winter solstice recently as well, so that was on the 21st, is it, I believe? Let's see. Go over here. But yeah, as you can tell, there's not really much to record, I'm afraid. Because I'm confined by my headlamp, which I've got 3 of this time, as before, because it's best to be prepared. Oh. Heard a fair few deer screeching last night. Those woke me up quite a bit. It's only slept about 4 hours, but a bit of sleep's better than none. But yeah, elevation is around 2,050 meters or so at the moment. So yeah, I'm going to continue on along this path, where it's just a continuous ascent for about 1,000 meters over the next 3-4 hours or so. So yeah, I would give you a shot of myself, but you'll get blinded by my headlamp, so I'll avoid doing that. It's rather nippy at the moment as well, so it's about -8, -9. It's only going to get colder going up as well, so I'm going to need to put my gloves on soon, I think. But yeah, other than that, not much else to report. So, until I find something interesting, I will see you next time. Alex out. Hello friends. Alex on Christmas Day, 25th of December 2020. Currently, did I say the time? 5:30 in the morning. Elevation around approaching 2,400 meters, so about 600 meters to go. I'm not really sure if you can make out in the distance. No, you can't. But yeah, it's really pretty actually. It's quite clear weather. The snow's sort of turned quite nice up around this level. It's quite sparkly. The shadow that you see against the GoPro. Hello again. I was rudely cut off, as is a trend in these videos. It's 53% battery, but then no, can't take any more video apparently. But yeah, so currently 2,400 meters on the way up to Mount Senjo's summit. You can't really see much other than this sort of snow and dark sort of stuff around me, as you can tell over there. As I was saying, yeah, the snow's quite pretty at this sort of level. It's quite sparkly. I don't know if you can sort of tell, but yeah, it's quite pretty. Yeah, so from now going up to Mount Senjo, there's a very steep ascent that begins for about, as I said, about 500, 600 meters. After that, you're at the summit. I should be able to get there for just after sunrise, I believe. Sunrise today is around 7:10 in the morning. So yeah, that'll be quite pretty, I think, because the sky looks very clear. So I think we'll be able to see quite a lot. Quite looking forward to that. No worries about battery this time, because I've actually got a new power bank. Let me see. I can actually show you guys. There you go. Power bank S20. Don't know. It's quite hefty. It's quite heavy. It's about twice the weight of my other one, but I think it's got twice the battery life as well, which is quite handy. But yeah, I'm just going to continue taking a break for a bit because I did set off early today and I've been going fairly quickly. Probably about the sort of Fjorgen, what's that? Standard sort of rate, I think, according to my application. But yeah, just going to continue taking a break a bit and then continue up that way, I believe. So yeah. When I have more to report, I'll turn you back on. But until then, Alex out. Hello, friends. Just caught me on a break. Currently Christmas Day. 20 minutes to 7. Currently unknown elevation because I've stopped counting because it's putting me off and making me depressed. Probably around 2,600, I'd say. Meters, probably approaching that. As you can see, the light's starting to come out now. Through those trees there, that's the ridge line that I've walked up so far. This is the path that I've sort of been going up as well in the dark. well, now it's not in the dark now, so it's a bit less dangerous. There's a different ridgeline over there that I'm not sure what that is. Maybe if you go into Mount Senjo, which is south of Mount Senjo, then I think you might go up that one. I can't remember. But yeah, currently enjoying Family Mart's finest beef jerky. Very tasty. It's not really, it's just very salty. End up sweating quite a lot on this, so I end up needing a lot of sodium. Might take this off as well a bit later because it's giving me a bit of a headache. But yeah, it's been pretty fun so far. From now, it'll probably get even better, I think, because there's actually some views to enjoy. I've noticed that when I take a drink of water, if I don't sort of clean off my beard, then it starts to freeze, which is obviously quite interesting. It's quite indicative of the cold. Yeah. Pretty happy so far. I'm going to be missing the sunrise, which is a bit of a shame, but it's better than rushing and having an accident or something on the way there, I think, so take your time. If we're about 2600 now, it's about 400 left. About 450, I'd say. It's probably not 2600 yet, I don't think. About 2550 or so, I think. But yeah. Going pretty good so far. Not seeing any other people, obviously. I'm the only one doing this, it seems. There's one sign of trace before me, which I think is either a day or 2 days old. So there was someone I saw yesterday coming back down, so that might have been him, I think. But yeah, I've also set off incredibly early today, so there's quite a high likelihood I may run into someone when I'm heading up. But I don't know really. We'll see. But yeah, for now, this is where we are. Just proceeding up the ridgeline, as always. Yeah, when I have a bit more to report, I'll get back to you. But until then, Alex, out. Hello friends, Alex on Christmas Day 2020, currently 7:20 in the morning. There is our objective, right ahead of us. I would say there is our objective, but you can't really see it because the clouds are obscuring it slightly at the moment. When it was supposed to be clear today, well, it seems like the weather was wrong. Yeah. The weather's looking quite horrible actually. The clouds are sort of rolling in and rolling out again, so I don't know. Hopefully it'll be okay. The snow up here has been an ordeal, to say the least. There was a good 50 centimetres of snow in this previous section, and there wasn't really much trace at all, which took a sort of good half an hour in that section by itself. We're almost at 2,700 metres now as well. So yeah, Mount Senjo just ahead of us. That's 300 metres. 300 metres above us. I can't speak. Jesus. Yeah, it's very pretty. Over there, that's the rest of the Southern Alps, I imagine, in the distance anyway, like Mount Hijiri and Mount Tekari, for example. Those are the most southern Alp peaks that I know of anyway. There's a ridgeline going up there. Mount Shiomi is probably over there behind those clouds as well. Mount Kita, the second highest, and then Mount Aino, the third highest mountain in Japan, will be behind Mount Senjo. So when we actually go up there, assume that this annoying cloud cover isn't over it like it is now, we might be able to see it, who knows. But yeah, an interesting experience to say the least. This is it's been quite an interesting one. If the snow doesn't get any worse than this, I'll head over to Kaikoma, I think, or maybe even Hou-ou. I might skip Kaikoma this time because it's actually quite dangerous to go up. I don't really want to try my luck in the middle of a sort of snowy season. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of at the moment. I mean, I probably could go at Kaikoma as a day trip of sorts, as a separate Southern Alps adventure, but I don't really want to push my luck too much here because this has tired me out quite a bit. Don't know if you can tell, but yeah, our destination next is going up there, I believe. So you follow the red tape, and then you probably go either up and over that peak just there, or you go around it. I'm not sure. Probably up and over, because that's generally the nature of the beast. Oh, look, the cloud cover's completely obscured it now. That's quite annoying. But yeah, I'll get to it. No point dilly-dallying like I am currently. But yeah, I will record a bit more later. maybe one a bit closer to Mount Senjo. There's about another 70 minutes before we get to Mount Senjo from here. That's without snow, so probably about 90, I'd say, so about an hour and a half. But yeah, see how it goes. Oh, the sunlight's kind of over there as well. That's quite pretty. Maybe these cloud covers will go away eventually. That would be quite nice. But yeah, anyways, until next time, Alex out. Yeah, hello friends. Sorry for the impromptu setup. Currently 9:04 in the morning on Christmas Day 2020. So yeah, elevation we're about 2,900 meters at the moment. I was starting to feel a bit dizzy actually whilst I was going up, so I was going to go to Mount Senjo first, but I decided that I'll take a break here, put my luggage down, and then go up bareback up to Mount Senjo and come back down. It takes about 40 minutes as a round trip. So yeah, I'll take a drink with me and a couple of snacks, because all the other stuff I carry on me, all of this is just luggage. It's sort of 20 kilos extra that I end up hauling around with me. But yeah, slightly concerning. I think it was because of all the snow. I started sort of seeing stars and such in it, which I don't think it's a sign of altitude sickness, because I feel pretty fine at the moment, but we never know. So at this rate, I'm going to climb Mount Senjo, come back down, and then sort of see how I feel. If I still feel a bit loopy, I'll probably call it early, actually. Because I mean, there's no issue of doing that, you know, calling it early where you can, I think. But yeah, I don't know really. I can't really do my Mount Kaikoma. I don't think that's impossible. Maybe escaping via Hou-ou or something would be a two bird one stone situation, and then it would be easier to get back from there as well. Mount Kaikoma's escape in the first place is quite hard to. You generally need to call a taxi for that. So, yeah, those are just a few thoughts, I suppose. It was sort of whiteout conditions outside as well, so that was quite concerning. I don't know if you can hear in the background, but there's the wind blustering outside as well. So yeah, I'm just very quickly going to go to Mount Senjo and back down, I think, because I don't really want to push my luck too much. But yeah, other than that, as always, thank you for watching. It's been a pleasure. I'll probably take some footage of Mount Senjo, I imagine. I don't imagine it'll be too easy to hear though, which is a shame. I don't really think there'll be much of a view either, which again is a shame, but can't be helped. That's how it is sometimes, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna have a small bit to eat, I think, and also to drink, because I've only eaten at 3 o'clock in the morning or so, or a bit before that anyway, and it's currently 9, so it's been a good 6 hours now. But yeah, don't worry, I'll be fine. These things happen. This is probably the most challenging mountain though I think I've done so far though, just for the record anyway. Probably because of the conditions, I think. Whiteout conditions are actually quite hard to navigate as well. The crampons are really good that I'm using. And also the gaiters help as well, because then you don't get snow in your shoes, which is a pain in the ass. But yeah, still can't help sort of hands getting stupidly cold, even with gloves on and such, so just need to take care not to get frostbite or anything. So I'm sort of constantly wiggling my toes and fingers. But yeah, I'm going to keep mumbling on, I think, if I keep you on. So for now, I'm going to turn you off, and I'll probably turn you back on either when I'm near or at Mount Senjo's peak, I think, which is plus 150 meters or so from here. So yeah, until next time, Alex, out. Hello there, take 2, because my GoPro hates me. Currently December 25th, Christmas Day, a bit past 10 AM in the morning, and we are at the summit of Mount Senjo, 3,033 meters, so that's, as you can see, no view. But yeah, a bit of exciting news to share with you all. This is the tallest mountain I've ever done. I think Mount Tate that I did before, that may have been the tallest that I've done so far anyway. My hands are freezing, so I'm going to put my glove on a second.
Generally when I'm taking pictures and fiddling with you, I take them off. Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at frostbite. Oh, Jesus. That hurts. Okay, should be good. Yeah, so temperature-wise for context, it's currently, we're not in the wind now, so it's just a mild -17 degrees because we're at 3,033 metres, so it's fairly cold. With the winds though, it gets a lot colder. So when my hands are exposed to that, ooh, it's fine, I can still feel them, so no frostbite just yet. But yeah, from now, I'm going to go back down to the mountain lodge where I was before, where I took this, probably the previous video, I think. Make some hot food of sorts, replenish myself, and then I'm not really sure. If the weather's like this, I'm not really too confident with going across the Southern Alps. So, I mean, I have a lot of time, so I can always rest up a bit, and then if the weather clears up, I can go across via horse. Right, just a very quick continuation because my GoPro keeps cutting me off. Yeah, I could go over via Horse and an exit there on the eastern side, or I could go back the way that I've come to Mount Senjo. Obviously, I'd prefer not to. I'd prefer to go via a different route, but you know, if the circumstances force me to, those can't be helped. Those can't be helped. So yeah, see how it goes. I'm sort of seeing things in the snow as well. I thought there was a bunny rabbit over there. It's not. It's just snow. Yeah, I don't know. Weather's a bit hit and miss. It's a bit disappointing. Tomorrow's meant to be really good. But yeah, I don't know. I'll hold out hope for that. If not, I can always just return tomorrow. That's easy enough. Can return via horse and tomorrow as well in one day, so it's not too difficult. But yeah, for now, thank you very much for accompanying me this far. I'm going to go back to the mountain lodge, and although it's really early, sort out some food. If I can't progress any further, I'll think about actually going to bed by about sort of 3-4 in the afternoon and get a good sort of 12 hours sleep. I think might be a good idea. Nice early night. So yeah, that's the plan so far. Yeah, for now, not really much else. Just need to be careful going back down because, as you can see, it's quite snowy. Yeah, sorry about the weather. No view. Normally you'd be able to see Mount Fuji over there. Mount Fuji, Mount Kita and Mount Aino. All three would line up, but alas, not today. Oh well. Can't be helped. But yeah, anyways, until next time, I'll put you on when I have something a bit more interesting to report. So until then, Alex, out. Right, hello friends, take two, because my GoPro batteries has died from 100%, that's quite annoying. Currently Christmas Day, basically 10 PM in the evening. So, a few updates. First, you probably can't see me very well, because there's a dingy light just behind you. That's the only one I've got at the moment to light up the room. I've been in the refuge shelter here, Senjo Refuge Shelter, the entire day, because it's been storming outside with sort of wind and snow combinations that I wouldn't be too confident going outside in. But in good news, that seems to have died down somewhat. I can still hear the wind, but the wind will only get worse in the morning from what I've seen. So I've made the decision that I'm going to move further into the Southern Alps, going down in elevation, just basically to get away from the cold, quite frankly, because my battery and such and things like that seem to be dying, probably due to the cold, I think. So it's about -20 at the moment, give or take. So yeah. I've slept basically all the day, so I'm pretty recharged. So I'm just going to take extra care going along the mountain paths in the evening. Obviously, I do have a headlamp or two that I can use. If those look like they're starting to be running out anyway, obviously I can settle down somewhere with some shelter. I do have my tent in these emergency situations. I prefer not to camp out in my tent today, obviously, because it's very cold. But yeah. That's basically where we are currently. So it's basically about another 2-3 hours from here, and then I'll be about 2,200 meters elevation, which compared to 2,900, which we are now, it should be a bit warmer. I say warmer, it'll still be in the negatives, but it shouldn't be as bad as now. But for now, yeah, I just basically want to warm up and get going a bit. I've still got about half charge left on my power bank, so should be able to keep my phone alive at least. If my GoPro battery dies, I apologise for that. I can't really control it, I'm afraid. It seems to be being quite annoying. Obviously I do want to take videos or footage as much as I can. In the dark it's not really much good though. So yeah, that's basically where we are currently. I'm pretty calm as it is now. It's a pretty dodgy situation though. So, I mean, I can technically go back via the path that I came up, but going back anyway, the first 2 hours of that is actually probably really dangerous to do in the evening because it's pure snow drifts and such that you need to rustle through. And because all my trace from earlier will have been gone now by the wind. So it makes more sense for me to go into the centre, and then there's a valley that runs through the Southern Alps, and maybe follow that down if I want to escape from there. So yeah, that's basically where we are currently. Food and such, we're all good. All of my water's frozen, which is a bit annoying. So in that case, it means that outside I can have some snow and turn that into water, which is nice. Have plenty of gas left, about half, 3/4 of a canister here. So I've only used a quarter so far. But yeah, that's where we are currently. Obviously, I don't want this to be my black box. I don't really plan on dying from exposure or falling off a mountain or anything, so I'm going to take extra care. So please don't worry about that. Obviously, if you're seeing this, I'll probably upload it anyway, so it's a moot point. But yeah, that's where we are currently. So just to save charge on this, I'm going to turn you off now, and then get back to you when I've probably settled down again, or maybe on the way there. Who knows? Hopefully, it's not too horrible outside. I hope it's not, but you know, I'm not really hedging my bets. Not really placing too much hope in that. So yeah, that's all for now, I think. So until next time, Alex, out.
Hello friends, don't know where you can see me at all, sorry if you can't. Currently the 26th of December 2020, currently 5 minutes to 3 in the morning. So I've arrived down in the valley, about 2,100 metres elevation. After descending from Mount Senjo anyway, which was about, what, 2,900 where I was at anyway. So it's a bit warmer, it's still fairly cold. It's not as stupidly cold as it was up on the top though, so I'm quite grateful for that. I'm currently, you probably can't see, but I'm currently melting some snow, which is now melted, and then I'm just going to warm some water up and thaw out my drink, which is frozen solid. After that I'm going to have something to eat, and then if I feel energetic enough, I'm going to start the walk down to Hirogawara is the place it's called. Keep hearing things moving around, it's quite spooky. But yeah, there's a toilet here that's quite nice. Other than that, obviously abandoned, it's locked currently due to the winter season, so they're not as kind as the Senjo refuge shelter, for instance, that leaves it open throughout the winter. But yeah, it can't be helped. It's about a 2.5 hour walk to Hirogawara, so I should be getting there around sort of 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock. Should start to be getting a bit lighter then as well, so hopefully maybe a bit warmer, that'd be quite nice. But yeah, other than that, not much else to report. Sorry it's just all been in the dark this time, it's just how it sort of turned out. The weather was horrific during the daytime, so it means that I sort of was confined to moving around in the evening, although it is fairly stressful doing that, but you know, there's no point in whinging about it. I'm still quite glad I did Mount Senjo. I'm not going to do Mount Hall, I'm going to basically try and head straight home now. I need to try and plot out a course via Hirogawara. So yeah, again, don't know how well you see me here, but until I have a bit more to report, which I'm not really sure there will be very much, to be honest, I will see you next time. So, Alex, out. Hello friends, I'm Alex on Boxing Day 2020, 6:59 AM. Currently at Hirogawara, or Hirokawara, I'm not really sure how to say it. One thing that's quite impressive though from here is you have this view in the distance. This tree's kind of in the way, so you can't really see it amazingly, but that is Mount Kita in the distance. That's the second highest mountain in Japan. So yeah, now that I've arrived here, no idea what to do really. I'll go down there and see if there's any buses, which I doubt there will be. If there's no signal, that means I just need to continue walking. Obviously I'm going to recover a bit first because I've come for quite a while. But yeah, obviously feeling a lot warmer now as well, which is just littered. Yeah, feeling a lot warmer now, which is nice, rather than freezing my ass off. But yeah, either way, Oh, my back stings a bit. Yeah, I'm going to continue on, I think. See how things go. Obviously, if I have to walk down to the nearest city, that is 30 kilometers, which is doable. It's just it will take a while. It's going to be an all-day sort of job. But yeah, hopefully I don't have to do that. Yeah. Anyways, I think I will get to finding out if I have any signal of sorts, and then I can maybe call in a taxi, which would be quite nice. Obviously it's quite expensive, but it would save walking 30 kilometers. So I don't think there are any buses running from here at the moment. So, but yeah, there you have it. Going over there next. Hirokawada Sanso Mountain Lodge is over there, across the river, and then Mount Kita's up there. Then Mount Aino will be behind this sort of ridge in front of us. But yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for joining me, as always. I'll see you next time. I'll probably take a video later on when I'm back in civilization, hopefully. Yeah, until then, Alex, out.
Right then, hello there, friends. It's me, Alex. Back in civilization, currently the 27th of December, 1722. I returned back to Kyoto this morning, so I went on the night bus last night from Matsumoto. But there's one thing that I realised as I've sort of been watching back the footage a bit. I probably didn't really explain very much my course that I went on, so I'll just very quickly go over that now. So I started from Kashiwagi Tozanguchi, so the Kashiwagi entrance to Mount Senjo. That is on the north-western side of the Southern Alps. So I entered there at 4 o'clock in the afternoon on the 24th of December, Christmas Eve. Then I proceeded up for about 4 hours to Matamine mountain shelter. Then I took camp there when I was sitting by the fire like a cat, if you remember. Following that, I went to sleep and got up at about 3 o'clock in the morning, had some food, then left at 3:30. At that point, it was pitch black, sort of a foot of snow sort of level. The weather was looking okay at that point. It was looking fairly clear actually, so you could see the stars. So I was feeling pretty optimistic at that point. But then fast forward about 6 hours, we're 9 o'clock at that point, Christmas Day, and I came across whiteout conditions. Whiteout, for those who are unaware, is the combination of snow, wind, and sort of blustery cloud conditions, basically all blending into one horrible mesh of nastiness. And that means that you can't really see much ahead of you. You can probably tell off Mount Senjo summit footage that I took that was pretty much what it was like all the way up there. You could only see about sort of 3 meters, 4 meters ahead of you. So that was quite frustrating. But yeah, after getting to Mount Senjo's refuge shelter at about 9 o'clock, I took a brief break after looking pretty loopy, I realised, in the previous footage anyway. I set off around 20 past 9, got up to Mount Senjo about 10, I seem to remember anyway. So I did take a bit, quite a while because I was straying off the course quite a bit. Then I went back down to Senjo's refuge shelter, recovered for a bit. I ended up sleeping throughout the day because the storm only got worse outside. The whiteout conditions developed into pretty much a full-on blizzard, which was fairly interesting to say the least. I then got up around 10 PM in the evening. It would sort of drop down to around sort of anywhere between -15 to -20, depending on the sort of wind exposure. But yeah, regardless, I set off from Mount Senjo's refuge shelter at about 10 o'clock, heading towards Senjo, Mount Senjo, which is Mount Small Senjo, basically. To get there, you proceed east along the mountain ridge from Mount Senjo, going up to about 2850 meters, I seem to remember. That was quite a episode in itself. The conditions weren't exactly great going up there. There was zero trace, so I had to sort of navigate all of that in the dark. Obviously, I didn't really want to take any footage because that would have been quite dangerous at that point. One thing that I should probably share as well, actually, is that I was worrying about not getting frostbite, but I probably did end up getting frostbite on 3 of my fingers. So these ones here, you probably can't make it very well out in the light, but I can't really feel anything in my fingertips currently. But it's only minor, it feels like, so, not going to complain about it too much. It's my own fault, really, for not having proper gloves, I think, so I'll get some new ones for next time. But yeah, after getting up to Senjo, Mount Small Senjo anyway, I then proceeded down into the centre of the Southern Alps, to Choe Mountain Lodge. It took about 3 hours, I seem to remember off the top of my head, 3-4 hours, proceeding into the night. Got to Choe Goya around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning.
maybe even 3:30 actually. I'm sorry if my timeline's a bit off here. So we're at Boxing Day at this point, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning. Then I proceeded along the Southern Alps Alpine Road. The road itself was actually covered in snow, about 1.5 foot worth, so around 45 centimetres, 50 centimetres of snow. That was actually fairly easy going though. So I proceeded down that road for about 2 hours. 2 hours towards Hirokawara, the place, or Hirokawara. One interesting little point along there, heading towards Hirokawara, southeast, by the way, sorry for reference, there was a massive landslide on the road that I was unaware of actually, but this was blocking off around 200 metres stretch of the road. The road had literally sort of just collapsed in and of itself, and there was boulders and everything on top of it. I wish that I'd taken some footage of that actually, because it would have been quite impressive to show you, but it was fairly low light conditions, so I don't think you'd have been able to see it anyway. But yeah, that was fairly intense, so I had to climb over that. If you're in a car, there's no way you're going to get past that. Then got to Hirokawara. We're almost at the end now. Boxing Day. Got to Hirokawara around, what, 7 AM was it? 8 AM I think, because the sunlight was up at that point, if you remember Mount Kita from probably the previous footage. From there, then the real challenge began, which was a 16-kilometre walk down to basically the service entrance, where there was a gate locked where pedestrians aren't really meant to go inside. I did come across 4 humans on the way down, and they were all going towards Mount Kita actually, which was quite interesting, because Mount Kita I think is locked. You're not meant to be going up Mount Kita at the moment because it's closed off to public, but they were going ahead anyway apparently, so you know, power to them I suppose, you know, screw the rules and such, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, 16 kilometres, that took around 4 to 5 hours. I was going at a fairly leisurely pace. My feet were starting to get a bit tired by that point. But one good thing that came out of that is there just so happens to be a worker who was working there, and I made friends with her, and she offered to give me a lift back into civilization pretty much, so towards Minobu City, which is towards the east. So from the Southern Alps to the east of there, about another 30-40 kilometres. It's a different city from the nearby one that I was talking about before. Then from there, just took a train to Matsumoto, went to a hot spring, had some food, and then got the night bus yesterday, and here we are back in Kyoto. I've had a pretty slow, relaxing day today, just to recover a bit. My legs are a bit shot from yesterday, but yeah, I just thought that although that's taken quite a long time, probably about 4 minutes I think going over that, I feel like I didn't really explain it very well throughout the footage, because it was a mix of me almost suffering from frostbite and exposure a lot of the time, so I apologise for that. But yeah, just as is routine now. You're probably used to this site by now. What we did this time, Senjo Ke岳, 3,033 metres. Kaikoma's here and Hou-ou is here. These two I'll do next time as a separate venture. Kaikoma's quite annoying to go up, and Hou-ou is fairly easy access. It's just I can do that as a sort of piston, where I'd go up via Hou-ou, go to Kaikoma and then come back. I think that would be the plan. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's all for me for now. Hopefully that's sort of filled in some dark spots. Dark spots literally because it was just all dark footage most of the time this time. So again, sorry for that. But yeah, I really enjoyed Mount Senjo, although it was a trial and a half, I'd say, to say the least anyway. And just a correction as well, sorry, it wasn't the tallest mountain. The tallest mountain I've done so far is Ontakesan, actually. That's 3,067 metres. Senjo is 3,033, so just short of tallest. But Senjo is probably the most difficult mountain I've done so far, on account of the conditions. You could probably tell that off the footage, because I was feeling pretty tired most of the time throughout that footage, I seem to remember. So, but yeah, hopefully that's not raised too much concerns with you guys. I'll be sure to invest in some more gloves, I think, to avoid further frostbite related injuries. It's called frost nip, by the way, apparently, the Mount Senjo frost bite. Did some research into it, it's fairly interesting. But yeah, anyways, I've gone on far too long for this final bit of footage, so apologies for that. But as always, thank you very much for watching. I've enjoyed your company, trust me. And until next time, which will probably be the Kyushu adventure, I imagine, I'll see you then. So until then, Alex, out.